There's a growing sense that something big is about to shift, and this latest development might just be the clearest sign yet. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. What was supposed to be a feel-good moment quickly turned into a reality check for Rangers fans. The release of Tottenham's Life on Loan episode featuring Mikey Moore has, whether intentionally or not, cast serious doubt over his long-term future at Ibrox, right at the most crucial stage of the season. Sat comfortably, looking composed, and every bit the polished professional he's become, Moore reflected a player who has grown massively during his time in Glasgow. But beneath that calm exterior lies a situation completely out of his control. Because no matter how much he's thriving at Rangers, his future ultimately belongs to Tottenham Hotspur. And that's where the breakthrough begins. Rangers are now preparing to make their move. Behind the scenes, discussions are expected at the end of the campaign, with the Scottish Giants determined to keep hold of Moore, even if it's just for one more season. It's not just about numbers or squad depth anymore. This is a player who is transformed before their eyes. Once labelled as Tottenham's brightest academy prospect since Harry Kane, Moore arrived with huge expectations, but his start couldn't have gone much worse. Dropped into a high-pressure environment, far from home, and even living out of a hotel for weeks, he struggled badly. There were moments that could have broken him. Hooked off twice in the space of 2 weeks, criticised by the Ibrox crowd, questioned, tested, pushed to the edge. But that's where everything changed, because what followed wasn't a decline. It was a complete transformation. Moore adapted, he hardened, and most importantly, he delivered. Now, 42 appearances later, with goals, assists, and performances to match, he looks like one of the first names on the team sheet. The raw talent is still there, but it's now combined with composure, resilience, and belief. There are even echoes of Paul Gascoigne in the way he plays. Fearless, expressive, and full of joy. The kind of player who doesn't just perform but entertains. And Rangers fans have embraced him because of it. But here's the twist. While Moore is flourishing in Scotland, chaos is unfolding back in North London. Tottenham's struggles this season, despite the appointment of Roberto De Zerbi, have dragged them into a genuine relegation battle. And suddenly the narrative shifts again. Because now, Moore isn't just a promising youngster, he's a potential solution. He's even admitted himself that part of him wants to go back and help. That desire, combined with his rapid development, makes it increasingly likely that Tottenham will bring him back into the fold this summer, which leaves Rangers in a race against time. They want to keep him, the fans love him, he loves the club. There's a genuine connection there. But the reality, this might be the beginning of the end. Unless Rangers can pull off something special in negotiations, Moore's next step looks destined to take him back to Spurs. And if that happens, Ibrox won't just be losing a lone player, they'll be saying goodbye to a future superstar. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. In other news, this wasn't supposed to be how Bailey Rice's Rangers story unfolded. Just 12 months ago, the narrative felt completely different. A highly rated academy talent, a lifelong supporter living out his dream at Ibrox, and a pathway that looked wide open. Rice himself summed it up best at the time, admitting it was his dream to represent the club he had followed since childhood. But football moves quickly and often brutally, and now, barely a year on, that dream appears to be fading into a quiet, disappointing exit. Instead of building on early promise, Rice finds himself on the brink of leaving Rangers altogether. With his contract ticking down and no breakthrough on the horizon, a summer departure now looks inevitable. Interest is already building across Europe, with Ajax and Schalke both circling, ready to capitalize on a situation that has unraveled far quicker than anyone anticipated. From Rangers' perspective, this is a difficult reality to accept. Losing a player of Rice's pedigree for nothing is far from ideal, especially given the hype that once surrounded him. But perhaps the bigger question isn't about the exit. It's about how things reached this point in the first place. There's no escaping that Rice hasn't fully delivered when given opportunities. Across multiple managers, he has struggled to truly convince, failing to cement a role or impose himself consistently at senior level. Yet, at the same time, his development pathway has been anything but smooth. A lack of continuity, constant managerial changes, and unclear planning have all contributed to a stop-start progression that has ultimately stalled. This season in particular has summed up his struggles. A knee injury at the worst possible moment derailed any momentum he hoped to build. After starting the League Cup clash against Alloa back in August, he was forced off before half-time, and from that point on, his campaign never really recovered. One appearance, one opportunity, then silence. Behind the scenes, the situation has moved quickly. Schalke are already pushing hard, reportedly putting personal terms on the table in an attempt to steal a march on other interested clubs. Rice himself is believed to be open to a move abroad, ready to reset his career and finally find the consistent game time that has eluded him in Glasgow. It's a stark contrast to how it all began. Signed from Motherwell as an ambitious teenager, Rice had attracted attention from top clubs even before arriving at Rangers. His debut in February 2023 at just 16 made headlines, marking him as one of the brightest young prospects to come through in years. The expectation was clear, this was a player for the future. But the future never quite arrived. Flashes of quality were there, particularly during his early appearances and glimpses in European competition, but they were too sporadic. Injuries, tactical demands, and questions over his off-the-ball work all combined to halt his rise. Even when opportunities came under different managers, he couldn't quite grasp them firmly enough to change the narrative. Now, as the season edges towards its conclusion, the writing appears to be on the wall. Rice is expected to return to fitness soon, but with his future already leaning away from Ibrox, it's unlikely he will play any significant role in the run-in. The decision, it seems, has already been made. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.